Chapter 5. The Driver Parts. Mute Child, Redeemer, False Protector, Truth, Self. Self states inside the ASR field. If you've ever said, I don't recognize myself, you weren't being dramatic. You were describing a structural event. Because when the organizing gate destabilizes, the psyche doesn't remain one coherent voice. It reorganizes into functional self states. Parts that take the wheel to keep you alive, keep you attached, keep you from annihilating, or keep you from seeing what would break you. Input names the organizing gate as the ASR system, a preconscious gate that evaluates, filters, and organizes incoming affective, interoceptive, and relational stimuli before they reach conscious awareness. It also defines the collapse sequence with brutal clarity. Under chronic relational narcissistic trauma, the gate fragments. ASR1 reactivates, ASR2 is bypassed, and ASR3 forms a looping, defensive, fantasy based inversion. This chapter explains what happens inside that gate shift because the parts are not personality labels, they are emergency functions inside a changing reality filter. And once you can see them as functions, you stop moralizing your symptoms. You start navigating them. The parts are not the problem, they are the response. The recovery space loves to flatten people. It's just anxiety, it's just grief, it's just a trauma bond. But the lived reality is more precise. You can feel terrified and controlling at the same time. You can feel tiny and pleading, then suddenly cold and strategic. You can feel clarity for 10 minutes, then lose it for 3 days. That isn't mood swings, that is driver switching. In MPIT terms, when the gate is stable, ASR2 dominant, the psyche can hold ambivalence and sequence. When the gate destabilizes, ASR1 and ASR3 dominating, the psyche stops integrating and starts deploying specialists. Those specialists are the driver parts. In this book's mapping layer, there are 4 core drivers: mute child, redeemer, false protector, truth, self. They are mapped as self states inside the ASR field because they do not run independently of the gate. They are expressions of the gate state. The ASR field determines which part becomes true. This is the single most important operational principle. Whatever part is driving will feel like me. Not because it is the whole self, but because in collapse, the gate assigns immediacy. ASR1 makes the mute child feel like the whole truth. ASR3 makes the redeemer or false protector feel like the only way forward. ASR2 is what makes the truth self readable, quietly, steadily, without failure. So we don't approach these parts as characters, we approach them as state dependent organizers. They are what your system becomes when it cannot safely integrate reality. The mute child, the annihilation register. The mute child is not inner child work. The mute child is the ASR1 register, the part of the psyche that knows rupture as threat to being. When discard lands, when cold detachment hits, when the relational floor vanishes, the survivor often doesn't feel sad. They feel small, they feel gone, they feel pre-verbal dread. That's not weakness, that's ASR1 reactivation. Annihilatory stress, somatic overwhelm, pre-symbolic alarm. Mute child signatures, collapsing chest, stomach drop, pleading without words, submission, appeasement, disappearance. I'll do anything, just don't leave. Often felt, not spoken. Time distortion, minutes feel like hours. The mute child's aim is simple: prevent abandonment by becoming invisible enough to keep the object. It will tolerate anything if it believes rupture equals death. The Redeemer, narcotic hope and rescue logic. The Redeemer is the part that tries to reverse reality. It isn't optimism, it is the psyche's attempt to repair rupture by earning the return. The Redeemer comes online when the gate is destabilizing, but the system still believes the object can be restored as regulator. So it bargains. It writes messages in its head. It edits the self. It rehearses the perfect explanation. It tries to create that one sentence that will convert coldness back into warmth. The Redeemer is dangerous for one reason. It feels like love, but structurally, it is hope as anesthetic, narcotic hope, because the system cannot metabolize absence through ASR2. So it tries to end absence by performing repair. This sits exactly where MPIT places collapse. When ASR2 is bypassed and ASR3 begins to organize reality through fantasy based inversion, the psyche will substitute modeling for meaning. Redeemer signatures, bargaining loops, if I just, compulsive explanation making, self reformulation as leverage, idealized memory as proof the return is possible. I can handle this as a seductive internal voice, resilience mimic. The Redeemer's aim: rebuild coherence by rebuilding the object. The false protector, control dressed as safety. The false protector is the part most people mistake for strength. It looks competent. It scans, it monitors, it checks, it collects evidence, it rehearses conversations, it tries to stabilize chaos by increasing control. But the false protector is not actually protecting you from the narcissist. It is protecting you from the feeling that reality is unreadable. When the organizing gate destabilizes, control becomes a substitute for perception. So the false protector creates certainty by force. This sits directly inside MPIT's gate definition. If the organizing gate is the boundary between biological signal and symbolic interpretation, then the false protector is what happens when interpretation fails. Behavior becomes an attempt to replace mediation. False protector signatures, checking rituals, phone, socials, messages, memories. Obsessive sequencing. What did they mean? Hypervigilant pattern detection, self-punishment disguised as discipline, escalation of monitoring after discard, orbital pull. The false protector's aim: prevent collapse by controlling the environment and controlling the narrative. But because it cannot actually restore the gate, it often deepens orbital collapse, feeding the very loop it's trying to stop. The truth self: perception without seduction. The true self is not the good part. It is the part that can see. It doesn't bargain. It doesn't monitor. It doesn't perform rescue. It perceives the sequence, holds ambivalence, and tolerates grief without converting grief into fantasy. In gate terms, the true self becomes readable when ASR2 is online enough to mediate reality, when the system can integrate signal into meaning rather than panic or shadow. The truth self doesn't always feel comforting. Sometimes it feels like a clean knife. But it is the only part that can walk you out of the mirrored structure because it doesn't need the object to organize perception. Truth self signatures. Plain recognition. This is what it is. Grief that doesn't escalate into urgency. Less narrative, more clarity. Ability to stop feeding loops. Ability to hold good and bad simultaneously without splitting. The truth self's aim: restore authorship by restoring reality, not by controlling the other person, by relocating mediation back to the self. How the parts map to the three gate states. You don't choose these parts first. The gate chooses the part. ASR1 dominance. The mute child takes the wheel. Survival through submission, invisibility. ASR3 dominance. Redeemer and false protector oscillate. Fantasy repair plus control repair, often rapidly switching. ASR2 return, even flicker. True self becomes readable. Parts de escalate because the system can integrate again. ASR state, driver part, phase. Because the same behavior means different things depending on gate state. Checking your phone in ASR2 can be a practical task. Checking your phone in ASR3 can be a ritual feeding orbital collapse, and moralizing that difference is pointless. Locate the gate, locate the driver, then intervene. The recovery target is not calm, it is reseeding mediation. The clinical aim is not to eliminate parts. The aim is to stop them driving the organism as if they are the whole self. Reintegration in MPIT terms is the recalibration of the organizing gate, restoring ASR2 as the primary mediator of reality so that selfhood, object constancy, and symbolic coherence can scaffold again. When ASR2 returns, the parts don't vanish, they demote. The mute child can be held. The Redeemer can be seen as rescue logic, not destiny. The false protector can be thanked and stood down. The truth self can become the steady narrator. That is the beginning of vertical return. Transition to Chapter 6. Now we have the two foundations in place: the organizing gate, ASR complex, the driver parts as self states inside the ASR field. Next, we formalize the collapse mechanism the survivor can actually observe. The moment the external object becomes the regulator and the internal world begins orbiting. Peace out. Those love.